Namaste children, how are you all? Today we will start the chapter Judiciary. As you all know students, we have parliamentary form of government and the government has three organs, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. You know about that legislature makes laws and executive execute the laws. So what did judiciary do? So students, judiciary resolve all the dispute occur between the government and individuals on the basis of rule of law. So let's begin chapter judiciary and the term rule of law. Students, rule of law means law is supreme over all. All the individuals, man, woman, forward, backward caste, all are follow the laws mentioned in the constitution. So now we will see that Indian judiciary is important because Indian judiciary is guardian of constitution, it is watchdog of democracy and champion of all rights and liberties. Students, independence of judiciary is very important for India and judiciary is independent from party politics also. So now question is, how can independence of judiciary be provided and protected? Our constitution provides many measures for the independence of judiciary. It can be protected by appointment of judges as mentioned in the article 124. Legislature has not involved totally in the appointment of the judges. President of India will appoint all the judges of High Court and Supreme Court. Second is security of tenure. Judges of High Court and Supreme Court has tenure of 65 years of Supreme Court and 62 years of High Court judges. So that's why the tenure of security is also makes independent of judiciary. Next is financial independence. Judiciary is totally independent from the three organs of the government, from executive and mainly legislature. Next is immunity from criticism. Mean the action and decision of judges are immune from the personal criticism. No one can criticize the decision taken by the judiciary. And next is contempt of court. The judiciary has power to penalize those who are found guilty of contempt of court. Now, the next point is removal of judges. This is also give the independence of judiciary, protect and provide the independence of judiciary in India. This is also mentioned in Article 124. Judges of High Court and Supreme Court can be removed by the President of India, and if some charges will be imposed against the judges, it must be approved by the special majority in both the houses. Now the next topic is structure of the judiciary. Students, if we will talk about the structure of judiciary, so in India, Constitution provides single integrated judiciary. On the apex is Supreme Court of India, immediately below High Court and then District Court. So what are the functions of these three courts? Let's begin with the Supreme Court. Students, its decisions are binding on all the courts. Supreme Court also can transfer judges of high courts and can move cases from any court to itself. It can transfer cases from one court to itself also. Second is High Court. High Court can hear appeal of lower courts. High Court issues writs for safeguard the rights of fundamental rights of all the citizens of India. and can deal cases within the jurisdiction of the states. And the last is district court. District court deals with the cases arising in the district. So now I hope that you understand all these topics. First was the independence of judiciary provided and protected, and the second was the structure of the judiciary. In next lecture, we will discuss about the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and the composition of the Supreme Court. Now girls, note down all these bulletin points in your notebook. Thank you.